Just like that, we're back again. Does it feel like it was 6 o'clock last night?
Neither of us moved since then.
No,
we just sit here waiting.
Yeah, we do. Take the hours down till 6 o'clock and then wake up, we're on.
Raring to go.
Yeah, well, the project I've got for today isn't the most taxing project, but it's quite a nice one, I think. Make a nice inclusion in a journal, hopefully. You'll think so. I hope everybody's doing all right. Roz is absent today, so I marked her absent on the register. She's got a hospital appointment, so she won't be popping in today. Nobody else has sent a note from their mother, so I'm expecting everybody to attend. That'd be hysterical, wouldn't it, if I had a register? Can you imagine, Mr. F?
Would be so funny.
Jen Sinclair, Patricia Mulder, Sinead Jones, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off to the headmaster's office.
Yeah, definitely into the naughty corner with a big D on your head. Oh, you just meet me there, so be all right. All right, guys. Better get cracking, haven't we, really? Huh? Whee. Wrong one again. Okay, so today I am going to be using this paper. This is the only bit I've got left of it now. And it's lovely, I really love it. So we'll be using that later on. And to start with, I'm going to use these 2 sheets of copier paper that I've got. They are a creamy sort of colour. That one's a bit grubby. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm really running out of them. But you could use digitals for this if you wanted to. I'm just using plain, but digitals would look nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold that over like that in half and just make a little mark there. Not much of a mark, but a little mark. And fold this one over that one by about, I think that's a good 1/2 inch there. So fold that down, crease it in, and then fold the other one over, and you want to go over the top one by about that same 1/2 inch-ish, something like that. As long as there's a overlap between them. So I'm just holding that up to the light to make sure I have got an overlap. I have. I'm not sure how straight it is like, but it'll do the job. So the same here. I'm just going to mark my centre. Bring this one over about 1/2 inch over that mark we've just made. Crease that in. Bring this one over. And in an ideal world, I want these 2 to measure the same. So I'm just going to put a little notch at the top there and just check that these 2 measure approximately the same, which they do, so that's all right. You can fiddle and fudge at that stage, should you not be getting the measurement. Yay! Well done. Remembered a word. The measurement that you want, just fiddle at that stage. Then we're going to glue it up that seam that we've just created. This isn't the longest one today, I don't think it is. I mean, it would be like me to turn it into the longest one ever. Right, Mr. F says I put that... Oh, excuse me, got the sneezes. Put that there and then tear it. Yes, Mr. F is nothing short of a genius. Well, almost a genius. You know, I can't say he is a genius. I like him to be struggling for that last little bit to get him, to make him into a proper genius instead of just almost a genius. It's the simple things.
It's going to be my epitaph, isn't it?
Yeah. Mr. F, almost a genius. So fold that in.
Failed at the last.
Fold this over and press it down. There we go. And I'll just give that a little burnish down there. So there we have a nice neat and tidy seam, I suppose you'd call it. And this onto here. Just doing the same thing, just going up the edge. And on this very thin paper, which this is, I'm happy to be using double-sided, not glue, because if you're using tacky glue or whatever, it will buckle your paper if it's this thin. It just does. It should be much better with EVA, but even so, dry glue is better. You know, this double-sided or whatever. There we go. And let's stick this down. Right, there we have it. So they should be approximately the same sort of distance. Now what I'm going to do before I do anything else is ink up the sides of these. Doesn't have to be really heavy, just a little bit. And soon you'll twig on what I'm doing and think, oh, Miss P, we know how to do that. Well, that's good. If you do, you do. But some people won't. So I think this would be nice if you made it out of pretty digitals. You may also consider printing it on two sides, because you will see the inside bit as well. So it might be an idea to double print it. Last time I double printed something, I printed them both on one side. That wasn't so clever. This needs a good crease in. They're not sharp folds, these ones, yet. But we can soon sort that. So I hope everybody's well, or, you know, as well as can be expected.
Yep. Oh, Kerry's husband's okay?
Yeah, I've been thinking about him today. Well, more about Kerry really, because I don't know her husband.
Oh, Ros and Jim are okay?
Yeah. Oh, I think that's the problem. I don't know what the general sort of age of people in this group is, but let's say it's about my age, 63, only for another couple of months. Then I'll be 62. Oh no, it works the other way. So there we are, we've got two of these and we've just made that, two of these. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is fold these over in half. You don't have to do that. I just find it easier. You don't have to, you could measure it, but it's just easier doing it this way, for my mind anyway.
Jen says we need an age poll.
Yeah, we do actually. Although YouTube tends to send me, I can't remember, YouTube stats or something it sends every week, and it tells you the average age of your viewers and where they come from and whatever. I mean, nothing personal, don't get worried. It's just a generalised where most of your viewers come from, and I must say the age that it always picks is a 65 to 70. So I'm just trying to get that bit. You know, sometimes when you fold things over and they just don't go square.
So, would you like some ages?
Oh yeah, I would.
Linda Park, 74.
Really, Linda? I always imagined you to be about 56.
Eyes down. Jen, 52.
Oh, she's a baby.
I know, that's why she wanted the poll.
Oh yeah, she's a baby.
Deborah, 54.
Deborah.
Marie.
Okay, 54. Baby as well.
Catherine, 67.
Catherine
With a K.
Thornton. Yeah. 67.
Williams, Catherine T. Williams, yes.
Okay.
Thornton, I think the T stands for, doesn't it?
Yeah.
67. Sandra Atkins, 62.
Ah, same age as... No, I'm 63.
Diana, 59.
Oh. It's a lot of younger folk.
Bernice, 72.
Yeah.
Louise, 63. Diane Nelson 70. Wendy, she's pretty sure it's 68 this year.
I'm fortunate because I was born in 1960. I was 40 in the year 2000, and it kind of makes adding up what age I am very easy. I'm lucky like that. Otherwise, I'd forget an old.
Judy 73.
Really, Judy? I did not imagine you to be 73.
Sassy 57, but body is 97.
Yeah, go along with that.
Heather 62. Janya, the baby of the group, 48.
48. Huh.
Bonnie 59.
I imagine Connie to be younger as well.
Patricia 76.
Yeah, I think Patricia might have told me that.
JJ 77 in a few days.
Did not think that for a moment. I thought you were in your 40s.
Jan 64.
I didn't think that either.
Judy G 64.
Gosh.
Jolanda 57. Sinead 57. Wendy Altman 68. Eileen Lyons 77. Candice 66, retired last year, finally.
Yeah.
Mike is working from home and yelled 52 but feels 51. You should be feeling 52 because that's how old you are, Jen. Dinah remembers 48 fondly.
I remember 36 fondly, oddly enough. I think I'm stuck there.
77 next month.
Really? You see, I don't know what it is about her, but I did not think she was that age. No.
Teresa 73. Phyllis 78. JJ says, "Thank you, Miss P. 40 would have been nice."
It would be, wouldn't it? I think that on that rough statistics, I think it would come out that the average is 60 to 65 on that. Not the 65 to 70 that YouTube's telling me. So either YouTube or lying.
Yeah.
Or let's leave it there. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? So I've folded these two over and I've creased them in. Let's just make sure we've creased up the sides there nicely. And
I'm about 9.
Yeah, you are about 9. And because this is A4 and everything else, this measures 5 3/4, let's say. But I want to cut them off to 5 inches. So if there's any disparity of where I've joined them up at the top or anything like that, this will get rid of all of that, hopefully. So this little guillotine will do it, but it needs a little bit of gentle persuasion, like a thump. I'm sure it's not good for it, but it does work. And then the same for this other one. Make sure you cut the open ends off. Don't cut the other ends. You could still do it, but it wouldn't be quite as good. There we go. So they should both measure 5 inches tall.
Sassy says she remembers 35 fondly. It was the year she got divorced.
That's funny. That's funny. Right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to make one of those accordion pockets, but we're going to put it in our journal. So what I want to do is just where we folded, I'm going to put tape up the middle. Actually, I'll put glue. It'll be quicker if we do glue. Let's do glue. So I'm just going to put a little bit up there, enough to stick it, but not to look unsightly. And stick that down to there. And then this one's going to get stuck to there. So a little bit of glue up the middle. You'll notice I'm not getting my ruler out to measure this. It's something like the middle. You can guesstimate it. Guesstimate it. Make sure that they're all level and square. Give them a good press down the middle. And then this one. I wouldn't advise putting any more pockets in than this, because it's going to start to get too thick for your journal, I would say. you know, if you don't mind really chunky journals, then maybe, but I think this is enough.
Sinead said her husband is mouldering, so she told him to shut up.
Oh, I meant to ink the tops of these. Oh, well, I forgot. So that's going to kind of look like that, but it's going in a pocket. Doesn't that, it always amazes me that. It's just so nice. So I need to ink the tops of these. Do you think I can get them all inked at once? Well, that's a possibility. Let's give it a try. As it happens, no. I don't need loads and loads of ink, just I've inked the other bit, so look better if they've got some ink on them. And as I say, it's much easier to do this before you glue them together, definitely. So, right, I'm happy with that. That's lovely. Perfect. So, I'm going to take my one and only piece of this paper. You can use anything. I would use card rather than paper. And I would, given the choice, use a double-sided piece. I've just got this single-sided piece. But, yeah, given the choice, I would use double-sided. So I'm just going to allow 1/8 of an inch, I would say, there. And I'm going to cut that off there. So I'll tell you what that measures in a sec. It measures 4 1/4. That's all I've got. Oh my goodness. Let's just take that branding strip off while we're here.
Sinead says she's loving a glue press, Miss P.
Oh good, I'm glad.
You use hardly any glue.
It's so true. You really do use very little glue. And it's amazing then, you know. You watch somebody on, I don't know, on Selly Telly or whatever. And you think, where are they going with all that glue? You just don't need it. I used to be one of those people. Now I'm Mrs. Frugal. Right, so now I'm just going to ink around here. You'll see why it would benefit from being double-sided shortly. Just a quick swizz around the edges. I'm sure I've got some digital paper that's not too different from this, but my hard drive is just, it's not a tidy place to be. It's a bit like my brain. Right, so what we need to do now is I'm going to make a little envelope. So the closed ends I want down at facing the bottom. I'm just going to allow a good touch over 1/8 of an inch. So I've got 1/8 of an inch at each side and a touch over 1/8 at the top. And I'm going to make a little mark there where the bottom of that is. And I'm going to get my scoreboard and score it where we've just made that mark. Nope. Up there maybe. Yeah. Score that. And then moving towards the larger side, just one notch, 1/8 more, and score that. And that will allow us the thickness for the concertina bit. So that's going to fold on both of those lines. Make sure that they're straight. Crease them in.
Janya says she tends to use a lot of glue and then gets annoyed when it starts seeping through.
Yeah, I was that person, Janya. I was. My name is Miss Paint-A-Lot and I used to use a lot of glue. Not to sniff either. Generally, as a rule, I don't like the smell of it. So there we are. We've got this little spine there on the bottom. So I'm just going to ink along both sides of that. You'll only see this from the front because the back's getting stuck in to the journal, so just make sure you can see it from the front, and then we can stick this in. So it's the same again, just a line down the middle. Make sure you've got the top facing towards the shorter side here. So glue. So somewhere approximating the middle. Not sure how middle-ish that is, but it'll be fine. And get that really towards the first line of your score lines. Try and get it. No, not like that. Try and get it central. I'd say that's about central there. Let's press down that centre bit. Ah, that's a boo-boo. That's a boo-boo. No matter, we do need to stick it in, but we need to do something else first. Yes, we do. So let's just pretend I didn't stick that in, and if you're following along with me, I'm truly sorry. Because by now you're swearing at me and throwing things at your computer screen. Watch you don't break it. So I need to make a little spine here as well. So just above the top of there, just above it, make a line there, and we'll score that in. Oh, I never expect to find that in its place because I very seldom put it back. No. Can I just take this opportunity, please, to say thank you, huge thank you to everybody who donates through the Ko-fi site to this channel. It makes such a difference that without you there wouldn't be a channel. That's, you know, I'm not being daft there. That's the truth, isn't it, Mr. F?
It is absolutely the truth.
You know, I mean, I know you're saying, oh, I've got all these things and whatever, but I think it's nice to bring them to you so you can see what I use and what I've got and what's available out there. So thank you, huge thank you to everybody who donates to our group and this channel. It means the world to us. It's quite a long time ago now that we decided that we would definitely not, you know, do paid for classes or go onto Patreon or anything like that, that we would keep it just as it is and depend on donations. So thank you to everybody who's donated. Right, back to this then. So we've got the little place where this is going to go, but it's not going to go there yet because I need to... I made some little buttons. I made buttons. Where did I put them? Here they are. I'm not showing you how to make these again on screen. I showed you last time. Sorry about the state of my nails. I'll do them this evening. And they're just going to go there like that to keep it closed. If you can't be bothered with all the fuss of buttons and stuff, just use 2 bits of Velcro and stick that down. That will work every bit as well. Right, so I just need to find the centre, and for that I'm going to use my quilting ruler, which comes in really useful. It comes like this, so that's exactly straight there. So, and it measures 4 1/4, so 2 1/8 is my central bit. Get straight, get straight. Thank you. 2 1/8, 2 1/8. Is there. Right, and I want this kind of central on here, which is, I don't know, about there, say. And then this one let's see there. So I've got my 2 marks where my buttons are going to go, which is what I'd forgotten to do. So let's just make a hole where we've put the pencil mark. And on this one. And once again, I say a huge thank you to my Big Bite for being able to get me so far into the page. And I just need 2 eyelets. Something else I've been putting off ordering, I don't know why. I'm trying to find better quality ones. There we are, 2 of those. So all that happens is you put your eyelet through your button, then through the piece itself, and then just crimple it shut. So that's that one, and you won't see that. That's what's on the other side, but you won't see it. Interestingly enough, that glue is right up the centre. So same thing on the top. I used to hate doing these, but I don't mind them now. I'd do anything rather than do these, but I seem to be getting the hang of it. It's about time. Right, okay, so that's that and that's that. I'm going to use that twine that I used the last time. Any thin twine that you've got, or embroidery floss even at a push. I wouldn't choose embroidery floss as my first thing because it can get tangled. What was I thinking that I needed to do? Yes. I don't really like the look of that when you lift the envelope up. So I'm just going to get some of that ivory paper that I've got, and I'm just going to cover that. And I'm just going to bring it down a little bit from the fold, just so you can't see the white in it. Are you going to fit in there? Okay, let's do it the other way then. Don't even know where my pencil mark was. Let's do it this way. How wide do I want it? I want it that wide. Let's cut a bit off the bottom. It seems a bit cavalier, but I've got this guillotine out now, so I'm going to use it. It'll get used for something.
June was just saying everybody is so nice.
Oh, June, thank you.
And Sophie says it's the group motto. I think June, as Mr. F would say, be safe, be happy, be kind.
Yep, that is exactly right. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And Catherine loves a big bite.
Yeah, I think that they're much easier to use if, like me, you know, you're a shaky old soul, or you don't have a great deal of strength, you know, your grip, you've got limited dexterity. Certainly the way forward, I think. And I know that they do cost more, but yeah.
Wendy says she can't use a crocodile to set eyelets, she doesn't have enough arm strength.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's back to the setting thingy and a hammer.
Yeah,
Or a
well,
whack-whack as we call it.
yeah. What's wrong with the setting thingy and a hammer? Nothing. So that's just going to go there, and it's just going to hide that nasty bit there. You could use the same paper that you've used. In fact, I could use that same paper. No, let's just use this. I've got it out now.
And Janya says she won't be getting the big bite because I hate the way it looks. It's an ugly tool.
It is an ugly tool. Yeah, I can't deny it. And because I use it so often, it's always on my desk. And I try and get rid of it loads of places around the craft room. But every day I'm reaching for it. So it just lives on my desk. So yeah, no, I do agree with you though, Janya. It's not the prettiest thing, is it?
No room in your life for ugly tools.
Well, there has to be, I'm afraid, because it works so well. what was it Morris said? Keep nothing that you know to be useless
No,
or
useful
yeah,
or believed to be beautiful.
or believed to be beautiful. Well, I don't believe it's beautiful, but I do believe it's blinking useful. So, yeah, keeping it.
Yep. That's the category I fit into. Me and the big bite. Not beautiful, but useful.
Well, what can I say?
What can I say?
So I'm just going to ink down the inside of here.
Tell it like it is, Miss P.
I generally do.
You're telling me.
I can't remember if I said this to you yesterday. I might have put a post on the group or something. But the ATC swap, please cool your heels, guys. The details will come, allowing you plenty of time to get your ATCs made. The swap is at the end of February. We're only on the 25th of January, so you'll get loads of time, loads of warning. Everything's going to be all right.
Judy says they need to make a crocodile that's automatic like staplers.
Yeah.
Stick the paper under and wham, bam, hole and an eye all in one whack.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
It would be excellent.
You might have found your fortune there, Judy. I'm just using these lines that are already in there to crease again that little spine on the top. Right there, that's it. Right, so now we've got those in. I've got that on the back. I mean, it still doesn't look really pretty. You could use the same paper as this, but I thought of it too late. So that's going in there. Ooh, hang about. Are you a bit tight? No, you shouldn't be. What's your problem? Let's crease that in. Fold that over. No, we're all right. Wants to go skew with this one for some reason. Okay, so now it is time to put this in. So down that same line that we used before, because that seemed to be pretty central, I'm going to stick this in.
Diana Jackman's watching from the beginning at 1.5 speed. She's 64 and retired. Living my best life.
Well, isn't that great to hear? Yeah, 1.5 speed is ample. Double speed, you'd probably be all right, to be honest. So that's going to fit up there. Yes, everything fits nicely. Just checking. And we have got that little spine at the bottom to take this bit here. Just give that a good press down. Then we're going to do the same on the back.
Fiona's suggesting the Whammer Bammer.
Whammer Bammer. Yeah.
Judy's new tool.
Yes. Oh, get on with it, Judy. That's brilliant. Giving Genius Jen a run for her money today. Right, so make sure that's straight before you really press that down.
Judy says she'd call it wackadoodle.
Yeah, that's good. So there we are. Let's just cautiously open that. Yeah, look at that. Looks nice, doesn't it? But you see what I mean about if you were using double-sided card, it would look nicer, wouldn't it? When you look inside, because you can see these bits quite clearly. I have seen people glue these down here, but it sort of limits your pockets, so I'm not going to. But beware that you can stick those corners down and the back corners down, but it just doesn't open so well. So I'm leaving mine as is, but it would be better on double-sided paper. Then you wouldn't have to, well, you probably would still have to put another bit there, unless you don't mind seeing the inside of the thingy, which isn't that unsightly, just a little bit. Oh, I've come over all warm. What's going on? slightly too old for hot flushes. I think it's this jumper. Come on. There we go.
It's 10 degrees outside, so it is a very mild evening.
It certainly is. We were -10 this time last week. So just ease these buttons up a little bit. Don't pull them. There's only an eyelet holding them. Just ease them up a little bit. And get you. I don't know if this is long enough now. I just do it this way, but there's numerous ways you can do this. And put that round the other way, and there we have it. That's lovely. So that's that held in place quite easily, I would say. Right, so this is the page it's going on. It's going on the back of our, well, this is the toadstool page. We did a bird, blue tit and flower page yesterday, but it's going on the back of here. But before I want to stick that on, see, it's going to look nice when it's on there. The stamp that we used yesterday, I really like, the grid one. This has got text on it anyway, so it's conceivable that I should be doing text on it. I think I'll do text on it. I'll show you my prototype later, and I actually used the grid one on it, and I quite liked it. But because of the text, I'm going to use my text stamp. And I'm just using the distress ink, which, you know, I know I keep saying to you, but new people join us every day. If you're going to use a stamp and you're looking for precision, do not use the distress ink or the distress oxide. It's not designed to give you precision stamping. So be told.
Again.
Again. I really am getting Mrs. Bossy Boots, aren't I? I've got to stop that. It's getting a bit bad.
I know, the real you's coming out.
Everyone thought I was nice. Now they know I'm not. So that's probably that. Perfect. I mean, how long does that take? And it just makes it look nicer. Let's whip around it with a bit of ink, seeing as we're here anyway with ink. Blue ink was nice yesterday, wasn't it? I liked that for a change. But cream and brown, can't go far wrong. And do your stamping before you put your reinforcements on. Otherwise you're going to have to stamp around your reinforcers, unless you don't mind stamping over them. Right, let's just make sure I've got this the right way up. That way, yes, everything's the right way up, my goodness me. So now I'm going to put my reinforcements on, which predictably are these pointy ones in that craft coloured card that I've got. I like that mix. I've been using some Elizabeth Crafts Design stuff this afternoon. Nothing I can show you yet because nothing I'm overly pleased with, but you know, I have made a start because I'm behind. I'm behind everybody else. Oh, just like the donkey's tail, I'm always behind.
Shaz says Dave brought an air fryer for Christmas. He's using it tonight to cook chips.
Well, we find it very good for things like that. Mr. F had garlic bread today with our pasta lunch, and he does it in, you know, buys a frozen garlic bread and does it in the air fryer. He left it in marginally too long today. It was more like garlic crisps, but it's great for things like that, really is. I like our air fryer. Uses a fair bit of electricity though, doesn't it?
Yes, but it isn't on very long.
That's the
beauty.
That's the beauty. So that's that sheet finished. Get those little round bits. Bane of my life. Okay, so now it's get off. So now it's just a matter of sticking that on, making a tag to go in there, and Bob, I believe, may well be your uncle. Oh, doesn't everybody miss Jean? I miss Jean. I haven't heard from her for so long. And Chestita, I believe she's going through it as well. So sending good wishes to both you ladies. We miss you. Jean's sense of humour was every bit as quirky as Mr. F's. And it's not every day you meet somebody with that sort of sense of humour. Shall I just say? I'll just say that. So don't forget we've got a gusset, a spine at the bottom. Don't put your tape over the spine. Or glue, or whatever you choose to use. Yeah, Mr. F's got this right, I think. You put that there and then you tear. Oh. Mr. F, you is almost a genius.
Thank you.
Welcome. There we go. So, get away. So I'm just going to burnish that down, take the release tape off and then stick that down. Now we need a tag to go in the top. And it's up to you if you want to make tags to put in your little pouches. I haven't. You know, I keep saying to you it's not really about the decoration, and then days like yesterday I decorate everything. But it isn't really about the decoration. It's obvious to all concerned that those little pockets would hold, you know, little bits of Timmy ephemera, or you can make tags or journaling cards to go in them, anything you like. But I'm opting out of that one.
Candice loves their air fryer, especially for chips and sausages.
Yes. Sausages. Oh my goodness, we haven't had sausages for so long. I really miss sausages.
Judy says chips and sausages. Now I'm hungry.
I know. That's the problem. That's why we don't have anything. We have our lunch at lunchtime, but we don't have anything to eat before the live, because I know you lot, you just talk about food and I'd just be so hungry. So we leave it until after the live. So now I've got a pocket in the back. You could do it where you just put tape down each side and you would have a belly band if you moved it up a bit. Up to you how you want to approach that. So I need some cream card, and I don't know if I've got any out.
And he said Kerry's script pages would be great for this one.
Kerry's script pages would be perfect. Isn't she wonderful, Kerry? She just keeps providing us with the perfect things. I don't think I've got a piece of cream in the right size. These are all my remnants. No, could you pass me a sheet of cream, please? Third drawer down. I don't know what I've done to my knee. I don't know if you remember, but 6 months ago, something like that, I did something to my knee. Well, the same thing's happened to it again. I don't know. I think the doctor at the time thought it might be a bit of arthritis. That might be what it is. If that's what it is, I'm not impressed much. But I've put Voltarol or diclofenac, whatever you want to call it, on my knee. I've taken some paracetamol. I can't take ibuprofen, and it has helped the pain. But I am hobbling around like a real old lady. And I can see Mr. F is feeling sorry for me, but it's also very funny. It's funny watching people hobble who don't normally hobble. And so, yeah, that's a shame. Shame for me. So let's see if that wants to go back there. Yeah, I believe it does. It's quite tight, but there isn't a hole. Yeah, that's it at the bottom there now. So let's see where we want to take that off at. About there. And that measures 6.5 inches.
Louise says, although you're not ready to show what you've made with ECDs, are you allowed to show us the supplies?
The top secret ones, no, but the other ones, yes, I am, and I certainly will as soon as I get time. I think with doing the January daily, I'm a bit short of the old time. Any spare time that I get, I've got loads of other things I've got to do. So, it's not that I don't want you to see. Of course I want you to see. It's just allocating that time, and I don't really want to put 2 videos out in a day. That's a bit of like overkill, I think. I'm going to try this, and if it really feels tight, then I'll take a bit off it. Let's see. No, I think we're all right. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's tight, but it's, you know, it's not too much of a wrestle to get it in there. So this measures 3.5 exactly. And the finished measurement of that, I can't remember if I told you that, is 4.25. So let's ink around here. Getting dangerously close to getting this one finished. It hasn't even been an hour. Come on, what's going wrong? Something will go wrong. You wait and see.
There's always something.
Well, Mr. F's got a little bit of something to show you anyway. He's been shopping today, food shopping. And he always goes and has a look, check around the charity shops, see what's happening in there. So I'm not putting anything on this, I'm leaving it plain because everything else has got something on it. So I'm just going to pop that into there, like that. That's it. It's up to you what you want to do with the top of it. Put some frou-frou on it, don't put anything on it, just put a reinforcer on it. Really, really up to you. But what I'm going to do is I have fussy cut 3 of these butterflies. I'm pretty sure these were an Artie Mays freebie ages ago. And I'm going to put one there, one there. They're in 3 sizes. He's the medium one. This is the smallest one. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to call that done. Ha ha. But as I say, don't go anywhere. Mr. F has it's just one thing that he found. Yeah, I want you to see because it's lovely. So I know where to stick this on because I don't want it behind there. So let's see if that looks about square there. Yeah, probably. Does that look square? Let's hold it up and have a look. I think that's not too bad. Just give it a bit of a press down. Stick these ones on. Oh no, Mr. F's left the room. We leave the cartoons on in the other room for Catkin, and we leave them on quite loud. So he seems to enjoy that. I don't know if he knows a cartoon, but it's lots of bright colours, isn't it? So there we go. And just this little one. I've inked around the edge of these just to disguise the sort of cut line. And that's going to go there. So, shall we open this and see what it looks like? Let's do that. See, open it up. Open that up and look at it. All these things, all these places for you to put stuff. I like it. I do actually like it. I think it's also quite useful. So there we are. Let's put that in the journal. Quite a nice page, that. I like it. Oh, we haven't got a date on it. No date. January the 25th. That can't be right.
Jen says adding tabs would be fun too.
Tabs?
Tabs.
Oh, to the top of the things?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd need longer paper than I had. That's the problem. Or shorter. Make the whole thing shorter. Because this whole thing is 12 inches. But you could make your pockets shorter. Yeah, of course you couldn't put tabs on the top. That'd be lovely. She's back. The genius is back. Yeah, it would, Jen. I like that idea. The thing is, if I give you these ideas, then you've got the idea then. You can mess around with them as much as you like. But once you know the basics, you're good to go. There we are. January the 25th. That's all the days we've got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just 6 days. Goodness me. So let's pop that in there. Tomorrow I'm definitely starting a new one that is full. So that's the one we've just done, and I'll show you the one I did earlier. Pretty similar-ish, really.
Esther Hackley said she stepped away for a minute. When I came back, there was these beautiful green butterflies. Love it.
So that's the tag with a green butterfly. It's a different one to that, but never mind. And it's the same, apart from I've used that checker stump in the background. This one that we used yesterday, it's a darkroom door stump. But I'm sure you've got something of an ilk. So that's the 2 pages. They're easy. If you follow the steps through, they're very, very easy, very effective. And I really like Jen's idea of making it not so tall, excuse me, and putting tabs on the pockets. That would be a really nice idea. Didn't think of it, so didn't do it. But, you know, that's what we do. We pool our resources and get there in the end. So that's today. Just hang on a minute and I'll swap Mr. F for this seat.
You've been done. I'm only worth a stool at best.
Oh dear, right. Okay. Oh, ow. Oh, my knee. Ow. Oh.
Come on, Cronky.
Oh. It's blooming painful. It's blooming painful. Anyway,
Blooming painful.
here I am.
Anyway, here I am. Here I am. Look, here I am, look. And it just got the, well, 2 things actually, but the first one's probably the most interesting. There we go. It says Nottingham lace, 9-piece table setting, 8 place settings and 1 table runner from Europe's finest lace makers. Nottingham in the UK was famous for making lace at one time. I'm guessing by the font on the front of that it's probably 1970s. But ooh, there's a little price on the corner there, you can probably see that. Where are we? There we go, look. £4.50. And they're quite big. That one on the front I think is probably one of the placemats. And there we go, look at those. Look at all that lace, look at it.
It's lovely, I love that bit in the middle.
Are you jelly yet?
Sassy is. And I'm pretty sure I read that Sinead was.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
plenty of cutting in to be done there.
And then
it would make a nice journal cover as well.
And then for good measure you get the table runner,
Catherine's jealous.
Which is kind of
yeah. It would be, Judy's saying it would be great to coffee dye through, and she's quite right.
She's quite right. So there we go. That's what I found today. Some 1970s Nottingham lace.
Yeah. Yes, Heather. My scissors are itching as well.
and I think there's 7 there, and that's one's under theirs, under the plastic. As I say, judging by the font that they've used, that's a very 1970s font. So they've probably been in that box for 50 odd years, waiting for a good occasion to get cut up. It says on the side there, look, 8 place settings, 11 by 17, and 1 table runner, 15 by 34.
I don't think it's been sitting in that box waiting to be cut up. It's been sitting in that box waiting for some nice dining room table to come along.
No, it was probably in the bottom of somebody's drawers for Sunday best,
or blanket box,
whenever the vicar came round and he never did, or something like that.
Yeah, just in case the Queen visited. We used to have a tin of red salmon, John West red salmon.
Yeah, my gran had a tin of red salmon as well.
And never saw the light of day.
Never saw the light of day. But there we go. All I would say is they had very big place settings.
Yeah.
They obviously ate a lot in the 1970s.
Well, they probably had. Shaz wants to know how much was it?
It was £4.50, Shaz. £4.50 for 8 place settings and 1 table runner.
Yeah.
Of Nottingham lace.
Jens and Diana saying, it's probably a wedding present from a great aunt. Not their taste at all.
No, probably not.
Sassy thinks it's funny keeping it for the vicar.
Well, that's what the sort of things people did.
And Candace is saying the bit in the middle, which is the bit that I was oohing and ahhing over, would make a beautiful spine cover, and it would.
It would, indeed.
It absolutely would.
And you could fussy cut all those out. They're lovely.
Yeah, it's a good bargain, Shaz. I was delighted when I saw. Well, I was delighted when I saw it, and I thought, well, if he's paid anything less than 20 quid, I'm quite happy there. And he said £4.50. I thought, yay!
And the only other thing I found was just
the old oak ham, yeah.
which is more interesting to me. It's a pen. Look, a zebra pen.
I've got one of those that we bought specifically. You bought for me.
Yeah, nice little short pen. It's only 4 inches long. But then it does that. Yay! Right away. Pull that, retracts the nib. What a
ballpoint pen.
Ballpoint pen, indeed. Well, what a perfect pen for popping in a journal. Only takes up 4 inches.
It looks lovely on top of that lace.
It does, doesn't it? Look,
yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Purple theme today. Look. And out pops the nib.
Judy Hoff says she has several of those. I think we might now have 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Zebra, Japanese.
Somebody's just sent some hearts. Thank you.
Yeah.
Catherine loves the pen too. Louise says how cute. Catherine says, and it's purple. Oh, look at all the hearts. I love the hearts.
I know, it's purple. I think we've got a green and turquoisey one, I think,
June
somewhere.
Macari says, so beautiful. I love the lace, Mr. P.
Sounds like something under there, doesn't it?
They've married you, Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Yeah.
Oh, look underneath.
What is it?
2 spare refills.
2 refills?
2 spare refills. My cup floweth over.
What a bargain. I didn't even know they were there.
No, I didn't know they were there either.
Yes, Jen, you know he will be playing with his pen all night. Sinead went out to get a brew. Oh, look at all the hearts. Thank you, guys. It's gorgeous.
There's so many things in my life
storm.
would be better if they all did that.
Really?
Really?
No, I think it'd be better if they didn't.
You have a dirty mind, Miss P.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Oh, I think we're done.
That's it. I think we're done. I shall put back. Are you coming back or are you staying there?
No, I'm staying here.
She's staying there. I shall put you on the face then, shall I?
Yeah.
So you can...
Oh, look, I'm the
There we
magic
go.
Muppet. I'm the little Muppet in the corner.
Just slump down.
Yeah, slump down. Well, what can we say? Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been another fun one for us. It might be purgatory for you. I don't
It's much
know.
cosier. This, look, it's got arms and everything.
Yeah, it's better. Of course it's better.
I can see why you swapped it for me.
Yeah, well, I had that cream one. That cream one
Oh,
was
that cream
evil.
one. That was evil chair.
You couldn't sit on it for... Oh, well, you couldn't sit in it at all, really, but
That
for
was-
more than 15 minutes.
Quite literally a pain in the bum.
It was. Oh, it's horrible.
But this, I could sit here for hours.
I
Play with
do.
the apps.
I do sit there for hours. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Shaz. Oh, Teresa, didn't see you on there. Thank you. Wendy, thanks for a lovely morning. Great chatting with everyone. Have a wonderful day, everyone, says Janya. Thank you both, says Sinead. Deborah Marie, thank you, Miss P, Mr F. I hope everyone has a nice rest of their day.
Exactly.
And Renee says this was fun. So thank you, guys. It has been fun. It wasn't a very complicated one today, so there wasn't too much for me to get wrong, really, was there?
And if anybody's having a Burns night supper?
Yes, if you, Heather, or anybody else who's north of the border, don't forget your haggis. I love haggis.
Don't forget to not have too much whiskey.
Yeah, don't have too much whiskey.
No. Or gin in Jen's case.
All right then, well, say goodbye. Thank you once again. Take care, everybody, and be kind. See you tomorrow.
Be safe, be happy, be kind.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.